Well, Chandler is looking really good in my flannel today for this episode of Off Trail with Luke and Chandler. I'm Luke,
I'm Chandler.
and this is Off Trail. That flannel looks good on you, bro.
Thank you, man.
I gotta say.
Thank you.
So this episode today is going to be our second installment of See Skip Close. It's the game that we play where we give each other a list of 3 national parks, and we have to choose to go see one all by ourselves, no one else can go, to skip one where we don't go, but we keep it open for the public, and we have to close one. Okay?
Yeah.
Very similar to a game you might hear of in the sports world called Start, Sit, Cut. So we're going to go play this game for the second time.
Yeah. I
video.
loved this game the first time. I really hate it now.
Yeah, he hates it
hate it.
because I absolutely destroyed him in the last episode of See Skip Close. The first thing we did was Utah Parks, and I think it was a solid win for me. It wasn't, anything major, but just I made a couple good points. The Alaska one we did was a toss-up, We don't know enough to really care as much, but the third one, oh man, just total domination on my part. I mean, it was just a brutal victory. So I'm going to see if I can continue that streak. And we're going to see if And we're going to see if you can redeem yourself today.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you right away, with this second episode of See Skip Close, we're not starting off with an easy one.
No.
We're going to start off with some big dogs.
Yeah.
Okay? So, to kick off this episode, you have to choose See Skip Close with these 3 parks: Yellowstone, Yosemite, and the Grand Canyon. All iconic United States national parks. Maybe the 3 most iconic,
Yeah.
but you have to choose between these 3 to see one, skip one, and close one. And this is hard.
This is very difficult.
It's very hard.
Mm-hmm.
I know at least one of mine for sure. I know which one I'm going to go see. The tricky part is figuring out the other ones.
I'm actually going back and forth on which one I'm going to go see. No, I think I know which one I'm going to go see. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, I will start.
Okay, start.
For me, and it's, I haven't been to this place, and just from what I know about it, I'm going to choose to go see Yosemite. I'm going to go there all by myself. It gets harder for this second thing because I've been to Yellowstone. It's beautiful. I have not been to the Grand Canyon yet.
See, this is one where I've been to more of these parks than you have.
Yeah. And so
neither one of us has been to Yosemite.
Yeah.
But I've been to Yellowstone and the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And you've only been to Yellowstone.
But I think if I'm going to choose to leave one open, I think I'm going to leave the Grand Canyon open, and I'm going to close Yellowstone. And I don't know, I don't have a great reason. Because, again, for me, the obvious one, I'm going to go see Yosemite.
Yeah.
But it's not easy for me to make the decision on this last part.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to leave Grand Canyon open because it's, besides the insane hike to go, rim to rim, it's maybe a little bit more accessible. It's more, more Americanly iconic.
Yeah.
Than Yellowstone. It's, there's people drive across the country to go to the Grand Canyon.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like, I might leave that one open for everyone else just so they can get the experience of it and see it for what it is.
Yeah.
Because, again, I haven't been there, but I've seen photos and stuff, and it's impressive looking. So
I can tell you one thing about the Grand Canyon is there is not a single photo on Earth that does it justice.
yeah.
That it is impossible to get a photo that does that place justice.
Yeah, so I think maybe the other part is like, I'm going to leave that one open in the hopes that people can show me photos of it so I can still see it.
Yeah. So,
What you got?
I am going to... So here's the thing. I'm going to close Yellowstone as well.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Close Yellowstone as well. But I was going back and forth on which one I would see.
Let's hear it.
And I couldn't decide if I was going to see Grand Canyon or Yosemite because the Grand Canyon is
grand.
It is super grand. No, I mean realistically, it is. I have never had an experience in my life like I have seen the Grand Canyon. I cannot there are not words, there are not photos, there is nothing that can capture what it is like to see the Grand Canyon. But as far as like photos go, I had a really hard time photographing Grand Canyon, and I prioritize a lot of photo stuff. So I am going to skip Grand Canyon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to stay and
No.
search for the photo.
No.
Remember, you get your drone out.
You can, but I am not going to.
Not in real life, just in this hypothetical.
Just in the hypothetical. Realistically, too, I don't know that a drone would do that good. Maybe it
Okay.
would. Maybe it would.
Okay.
Because it's grand.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go see Yosemite.
Okay. So I just thought of this. You know, we both locked in,
Mm-hmm.
and frankly, I was actually hoping to maybe get something up on you here that I had thought about right after we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a question actually. Is Havasupai part of Grand Canyon?
Oh, I actually don't know.
Because that is almost like a game changer.
Maybe.
Like it's a question I generally don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm asking. You know, we can't change now.
Yeah.
But if it is, that starts to pull it closer for me,
Yeah.
and maybe even tip the scales. But you know,
We're locked in.
Yeah, we're locked in.
We're
We'll
locked
have
in.
to figure it out. But see, I was hoping that you were gonna say you go to the Grand Canyon because you were after the photo
After
of a
the photo,
lifetime, right?
yeah.
Because then I was gonna say, well, it looks like I just won this one again because I will have Firefall all to myself.
Yeah. No. Well, that's part of why I was
Yeah.
like.
So I wasn't sure if you're thinking
Yeah.
about that, but like
Yep.
that's another. It's like for me, Yosemite is like there'd just be a ton to do
Yeah.
and see that like kind of like why I chose Canyonlands before. It's like I feel like I could spend a lifetime there,
Yeah.
and so it's like it would just be it'd be great to be able to do that on my own. No one else is there.
Yeah.
It might suck a little bit in winter with all the snow.
I was gonna say. Well, that was honestly that was a part of that was
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I was considering seeing the Grand Canyon and skipping Yosemite. Was, I mean, like for example, right now it's closed. Like real time in
Right.
like, we're in March.
Yosemite
right
is closed.
Yosemite is closed right now because there is too much snow. So that is a possibility. That is a thing that can happen. But if you're the only one who goes, do what you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Fly my drone.
Take a snowmobile through it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's why I would choose Yosemite. Just
Interesting.
because, like, I think there's a lot to do, a lot
Yeah.
of good things to see. I think it's beautiful
It's
looking.
yeah.
And it's like I could spend my rest of my life going there
Yep.
if I'm the only one, especially. It's like it'd be worth it.
Yep. I agree.
But then Grand Canyon's tough because there's be a lot of good hiking,
yeah.
and it's like it's just a close second.
Yeah.
But Yellowstone, I've been. It's nice, beautiful, but it's just not compared to those other two, especially Yosemite. It just doesn't make the cut for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
That's the first one. I really thought I was going to get you there with that one. I was waiting for you to commit to Grand Canyon.
Yeah. No, wasn't going to.
That's too bad. Okay, so that was the first one for this episode. See, skip, cut. We had Yellowstone, Yosemite, and the Grand Canyon. Make sure you let us know in the comments below what you would do
Yeah.
in that situation, and if you agree or disagree with us. We'd love to hear your reasons why.
feel
And if anyone can resolve the question of whether or not Havasupai is part of Grand Canyon, the park itself, please let us know.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go on to the second one.
'Kay.
And just like our first episode, the second batch of parks is centered around Alaska.
Ooh.
And these are
oh.
big boys in Alaska, big parks, big mountains. So this set for See, Skip, Close is Gates of the Arctic, Wrangell St. Elias, and Denali. We have to choose one to go see all by ourselves, no one else is there. One to skip, it's going to remain open, everyone else, the public, can go see it, and one to close. And this one's hard.
This one is extremely hard. Yeah.
I like it's tricky because like with this one, right? It's like, okay, say I choose Gates of the Arctic to see. I'm not saying I choose. I'm just giving an example here. Say I choose to go see that one. Well, if I ever choose to go see it, I'm basically going to be alone as it is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
hardly anyone goes there
Yeah.
because you got to fly in. So it's like, well, it's like, and that's what makes it hard, you know. But I can say, I'll go first again.
Yeah.
I think I would probably still choose Gates of the Arctic
Okay.
purely because it's so remote.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, you know, it's just pristine, huge valley, good mountains. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Every direction you look, be amazing. I'd keep Denali open for the people. I'd skip that one. Okay, and I'm going to close Wrangell St. Elias. Now, I'll admit I don't know really enough to really make that determination.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, I don't know, the most I'm going to say uninteresting, but they're all interesting. But of these three, it's the least interesting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the same allure as the other two.
Yeah.
So that's why I would put those three where I put them.
Huh. What to pick? What to pick? I can't decide really. And here's the problem, because like I feel like I have the same opinion that you do on these, and I'm like, well,
And that's okay.
and we might just have the same picks.
That's okay. Maybe there's not as much drama in this episode.
Yeah.
See, skip, close as
Maybe not.
as the first one.
Yeah.
But that's okay because some we're gonna agree on some things.
That's true.
It's just the way it is. Great minds think alike.
Great, exactly. Oh gosh, I am going to see Gates of the Arctic, skip Denali, close Wrangell.
Same thing.
Yeah.
There's relatively the same answers too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little tricky again. These are parks that are hard to get to because they're all the way up in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
We can't easily go see them. We've obviously never been to any of them.
Mm-hmm.
The only one, I guess, we only know maybe a small handful of people who've been to Denali.
Yeah.
And so it's tricky to make an assumption of what would be
Yeah.
best with what.
It is.
And the only reason we paired these three together was because these are like three big wilderness kind of parks up in Alaska. And they have big mountains.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Doesn't Gates of the Arctic have glaciers, though?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if Denali has a lot of glaciers.
I have no idea.
It feels, I mean, just from like images I've seen from it, it feels like it's more, just like remote wilderness.
I mean, Gates
But
of the
I don't
Arctic is
know.
further north.
Yeah.
So that helps. I think Wrangell is kind of south down near Denali as well. So, Gates of the Arctic is definitely more snowy, glaciary.
It's in the Arctic.
Yeah, almost there. But yeah, so we just combine them because of the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a little tricky, but
That's hard. Yeah.
but even then, it's like it still would be really cool to go see them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I just think Gates of the Arctic has this like aura about it. It's like
It's like mystical almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so it's like I would choose that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough.
It is tough, but
So-
that's what we pick. Tough luck, Wrangell.
Yep. So that was the second one for this episode of See, Skip, Close. We had Denali, Gates of the Arctic, and Wrangell St. Elias.
Yeah.
So please let us know in the comments below what you would have chosen. Especially if you've been to these, at least one, or
If you've been to Gates of the Arctic, please talk
Yes.
to us. Yeah.
yeah, like please send this to someone who's
Yeah.
been there, and maybe especially if you can send this to someone who's been to all three,
Yeah.
and they can really tell us
Yeah.
what we should have chosen.
Because maybe like Wrangell's like the best one, and
It
we
could
just
be.
we just don't know it. You know.
It could be. Yeah.
So this is just going off of our limited knowledge.
Limited knowledge and some pictures we've seen.
Yeah.
But not many.
Yeah.
So, yep, please send it to someone. All right, we're going to move on to our final and last See, Skip, Close for this episode. And frankly, I am stoked about this one. I can't wait to hear what you would say.
Oh boy.
This one is this one's loaded with top players.
I can't. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to like this one. I
All
mean,
right.
this one is definitely going to be hard to choose because all of these parks are ones that people just go crazy over.
Flock too.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're big dogs.
Interesting.
in this fight.
Let it be known that I actually don't know which ones you're gonna pick.
Yeah.
So
The three parks for this last game of See, Skip, Close in this episode are the Indiana Sand Dunes,
ooh.
the Hot Springs National Park,
Stop.
and the Gateway Arch.
Oh my gosh.
You have to go see one, you have to skip one, and you have to close one.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to be hard.
This would be difficult because these three. I mean, those might be the three best parks in the entire country.
They are at least in my top 5 of my inverted favorite parks list.
If
but
you
yeah,
were to flip my parks list upside down,
they would be top 5.
they would be top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have these three parks. I'm very curious to see what you would say.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to play the homer role here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go see Indiana Dunes.
Yeah.
Because that's my homeland.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there before as a national park. So that's my place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even a big beach person,
Yeah.
but I'm going to choose that one. But I want to know what you're going to do.
I think I'm going to throw a little wrench here at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's going to the Gateway Arch.
Going to Gateway? No, not going to Gateway Arch. I'm going to go see Indiana Dunes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm going to skip Gateway Arch.
Ah, you're going to leave it for the people.
I'm going to leave that one for the whoever wants to go see that, they can go see that.
Yeah, there you go.
And I am going to forever close Hot Springs National Park.
Wow. You know who's going to be sad about that?
I don't care.
It's Matt Johnsgard.
That's
He lives out in Arkansas.
I hope he's sad. I hope he is.
You know, the thing is, I know he's not.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And I like that. You know, I'm excited for you to come see the Indiana Sand Dunes.
Yeah, you know, I've heard a lot about it, and
A lot of
it's,
great
you know,
things.
The prestige.
Oh,
you know,
the
like, there's-
tradition.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the newest national parks. But, yeah, got him with that one.
Gosh dang it, dude.
Chandler can't handle me sometimes.
Oh boy.
But yeah, you know, Indiana Dunes, it's going to be great. We'll go hang on the beach, walk up some sand dunes, walk back down them, and call it a day.
Yeah, you know, the dunes are nice. The beach is nice.
Lake Michigan's cool.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember if you can see Chicago from all the way out there or not, but you know, certain parts around the lake you can see across, and you can see
Interesting.
downtown Chicago. So it's kind of cool,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not like remote.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. So you chose to skip the Gateway Arch.
Skip Gateway Arch.
and close
but
Hot Springs.
Yes, but keep the Gateway Arch open for the
Okay.
people.
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to skip Hot Springs.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's a very natural feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's outdoors. It's kind of in the mountains.
Yeah.
It's got hot springs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to close Gateway Arch simply because it should never have been open as a national park to begin
Should
with.
never. That's why. So that's why I want to skip it and keep it open, because whoever likes going to see that park,
You know you can avoid
I
them.
know I can avoid them. I'm just trying to figure out who I can avoid.
It's not bad. See, I'm just
know?
going for like the revenge play. Like, nope, you don't get
Yeah.
to stay open.
No, I think it deserves to stay open
I kinda
because
wanna just-
somebody made that a park and they deserve to pay for that. They deserve to be able to have to see that.
That's not a bad thought. I
And
mean,
live with
well,
that.
well, so okay. I've been there
Mm-hmm.
before as a national park.
Yeah.
It's a neat building.
Yeah.
It really is.
It looks cool.
like, you know, you can go up to the top, like you kind of ride up through the arch and get to the top. It's actually really neat.
Interesting.
But it's just silly that
But
it's
is
a
it-
national park. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a modern man-made structure.
Yeah, it feels
Like,
weird.
let's be real here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, well, I'll keep Hot Springs open at least. It's like,
Yeah.
it's in the mountains. It has the outdoorsy type of feel to it.
It feels like a national park.
Yeah, and that actually, you know, that area has some good tradition actually. Like the hot springs, like the bathhouses, have been there for a long time.
Interesting.
So it's like, you know, I'll leave that one open for the people.
Yeah.
You can go soak in the hot springs.
I also just hate hot springs. So,
Yeah, you hate life.
yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna close Gateway Arch. I'm sorry, can't do it. You know, never been a big St. Louis fan because I'm from Chicago.
So you can't.
Yeah, I
be.
can't. It's just it's tough. You know.
So, yeah. I don't have any like loyalty
I'm
because
just
I'm
gonna
not from
close
there.
down part of their city. Like I'm done with those people. So
Just gradually just close down more and more. And
yeah, I'm going to just encroach further and further as
Yeah.
I go. So sorry if you are from St. Louis, but
Are we tearing down or just closing?
well, in this instance, I might tear this
Might
down.
tear it down?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to tear down that wall
Because of the tear it down.
Yeah. Yep.
Mr. I can't think of the guy's last.
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev. Yeah, I was like,
Yep.
it's Gor something. But
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, I just don't want that to even be a park.
Yeah.
It doesn't deserve to be a park. I'm sorry. And if that's a hot take, that's a hot take. But deal with it.
You know what? Frankly, I don't think it's a hot take. I think a lot of people will agree. with
It
you.
may not be, but considering the fact that I dissed the entire town of St. Louis,
That is a good point. I didn't diss any towns.
I might catch some flack for
Let
that
that
one.
be known.
But I'm sorry, as a Cubs fan, I have to stand on principle here.
Yeah.
So, sorry, not sorry. But that's our third See Skip Close for today's episode. We had the Gateway Arch, Indiana Sand Dunes, and the Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas. So good one again. Let us know in the comments what you would do. If you also don't like St. Louis like me, please let me know that you'd also close the Gateway Arch. Okay?
Let me know if you want to go see it, because then I know to avoid you.
We'll never see you again.
Plague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's it for today. We had those 3 different matchups. Again, we just try to find parks that kind of have certain characteristics, or again, in this situation, they're kind of 3 of the lesser known, less favorite parks out there. And, just makes for some interesting conversation and debate.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
This See, Skip, Close game is a lot of fun. And, again, you don't know half the matchups I'm going to bring up when we start recording. So it makes it for some good live entertainment.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one way more than the last one.
Well, that's because you didn't get demolished in this one.
I know we agreed on almost everything.
This one was pretty even the whole way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did a little bit more destruction, destroying the Gateway Arch than you did. But,
that's true.
People are going to have to live with that.
Yep.
So if you're watching this episode on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel, because in doing so, you will get to see a lot more of the content that we put out. It'll get directly shown on your feed, especially if you like this kind of an episode. We have at least 2 more coming out, and after we finish those, we'll probably end up switching some matchups up, do some more fun things with it, and, have some fun.
Yeah.
But we're also, on all major podcasting platforms if you prefer to listen to just the audio. So you can find us there as well. And we would greatly appreciate any support from you guys that we can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget to leave a comment on the video as well for any opinions that you have on the matchups or our arguments for why we did what we did.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from all you guys. And if you have matchups that you would like to see us do, please submit those, because we will gladly put this kind of a video together.
Absolutely.
To do that. So, well, I think that's all for today. We're going to leave you guys there. See you later.
Bye.